Welcome along to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into a really interesting matchup. The UEFA Europa League Final. It's happening Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. We've got Tottenham Hotspur facing Manchester United.
Yeah, and it's at the San Mamés Stadium in Bilbao. Should be quite something.
What really grabs me is how both these teams, struggled a bit domestically, but somehow found their feet in Europe.
Absolutely. And Bilbao itself, it's going to be packed. They're expecting something like 60,000 English fans.
Wow. Even though the club's only got 15,000 tickets each.
Exactly. For a stadium that holds around 50,000. So logistics and security will be major. And the referee is Felix Weyer from Germany.
Right. So let's talk about how they got here. Tottenham's path. They saw off AZ Alkmaar, then Eintracht Frankfurt.
And Bodo Glimt in the semis. That was pretty decisive, wasn't it? 5-1 on aggregate?
Yeah, 5-1 combined. A strong finish to get to the final.
And then you've got Manchester United. They had Real Sociedad, Olympique Lyon, and then Athletic Club.
Athletic Club, yeah. And that semifinal score was even more dominant. 7-1 aggregate.
That's it, 7-1. What's really striking is United finished 16th in the Premier League.
16th. And Spurs 17th, so really close there.
Right, but United, undefeated throughout this whole Europa League run. It makes you think maybe European football just clicks for them differently this season.
It's a fair point. Maybe the tactical side suits them better, away from the Premier League grind.
Could be. And look at their key players. Bruno Fernandes, his season's been phenomenal.
19 goals and 19 assists. You can't argue with those numbers.
Absolutely not. And there's talk, isn't there, about Joshua Zirkzee, the striker.
Yeah, potentially back from injury. That could really shake things up for United's attack.
It definitely could add another dimension, but, we can't just look at United.
No, because Tottenham, well, they've beaten United every single time they've played this season.
3 wins out of 3. That's got to count for something psychologically, surely.
You think so. Postecoglou seems confident, but the pressure must be immense to replicate that league success against them on this stage.
Huge pressure, turning those wins into the actual trophy. Well, that's the challenge.
So putting it all together, what are we expecting? Sounds like it could be really tight, maybe a bit cagey.
I think the general feeling is, a tense game. Probably quite attacking, too, given both teams.
Right.
United might be slight favorites on paper. Maybe because of that unbeaten European run.
But those 3 wins for Spurs, you just can't ignore that. It adds that layer of, unpredictability.
Exactly. Will United's European streak hold up against the one team they just haven't been able to figure out this year?
Okay, prediction time then, if you had to call it.
It's tough. Really tough. But the prediction doing the rounds seems to be leaning towards Manchester United, maybe 2-1?
Close one.
Yeah, possibly after extra time as well. And you'd expect Bruno Fernandes to be right in the thick of it if they do win.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And the stakes here are massive, aren't they? More than just lifting the cup.
Oh, absolutely. The big prize, really, is that qualification for next season's Champions League, straight into the group stage.
That's huge for either club after their league finish.
Definitely. And then there's the bonus of playing in the UEFA Super Cup against whoever wins the Champions League final.
Right. So to kind of wrap up this deep dive, we've got Spurs versus United in Bilbao. Swayer refereeing, huge crowd expected.
2 teams with, let's say, disappointing league seasons, but strong European campaigns.
United unbeaten in Europe, but Spurs unbeaten against United this season. It's a fascinating contrast.
And the prediction, maybe a narrow 2-1 for United after extra time, but it feels like it could go either way.
With that massive Champions League carrot dangling.
Precisely. Which leads to maybe a final thought for you listening.
Yeah.
Think about this. Both clubs salvaged something from difficult domestic seasons by reaching this final. What does actually winning it do for them? Not just the immediate glory, but for how we see the club, their direction, their project going forward.
Yeah, which narrative wins out? Domestic struggles or European triumph? Something to definitely ponder.